I'm Weston. I love talking about the Astros, and today I'm going to give a recap of the first game back. Astros won 8-2 over the Mariners. We are finally back. We have regular season baseball again. This is the first Astros game that's actually been meaningful, and I believe it is 262 days. That is insane. It's almost been a year since the last time we watched real Astros baseball. I'm so happy to have it back. They looked really good. 8 runs against the Mariners, which it is the Mariners, but still pretty impressive overall. I want to go over the pitching first. Verlander looked really good. 6 innings, 7 strikeouts. He gave up 4 base runners, a walk, and 3 hits. My issue is it looks like his home run problem carried over with his solo problem, I like to call it. He only gave up 3 hits. 2 of them were solo home runs, which, if you're going to give up home runs, it's best that they're solo, and that's sort of the reason that argument isn't really super valid against Verlander, is most of the time when he gives up home runs, they're only one person, which really, it limits the damage a lot. Verlander's night was done kind of quickly. I'm a little surprised that Dusty Baker pulled him so quickly, especially since Dusty is a bit of an older-fashioned coach. I figured he might let him go to the 100-pitch marker a little bit after, maybe go to the 7th or 8th inning, but he pulled him in the 6th, so I'm actually really happy about that. I was nervous that Dusty wasn't really going to translate over to the analytics too much, but he did. There was no stolen base attempts. The only stolen base was Maldonado, and that was a gimme, so I'm not really... He looked very new school, and I was very happy about that. I was a little concerned about that. Devo came in, struck out the side, looked really good. I said in my last video, I hope we get first inning Devo and not second inning Devo. We got first inning Devo, and he looked really good. 3 strikeouts, sat them all down. Blake Taylor made his MLB debut, and he didn't strike anyone out, but he had a 1-2-3 clean inning, so that was really nice. Good for him. Congrats on making the debut. And then we had Paredes, I believe, come in and close out the game. He also looked good. He didn't strike anyone out, I don't believe, but he looked good. I'm hoping that he can become a nice piece to the bullpen, given the damages we've had, again, that I talked about in the last video. And now time for the offense. Reddick has our first hit of the decade. He hit a stand-up double, and then he also scored the first run for the Astros of the decade, which was an RBI by Maldonado. Maldonado looked surprisingly good. We really have had Maldonado as sort of a defensive catcher the past few years. He's specialized in defense behind the plate. But tonight he looked really good. I believe he had 2 or 3 hits, 2 RBIs. He looked good. I was really impressed with Maldonado's offense. And then Brantley hit in the 5th. He hit that big home run. That was so nice to see. So if you want to mark it down in your books, Verlander has the first win of the decade, the first strikeout of the decade. Reddick has the first run and hit of the decade, and Brantley has the first home run of the decade, if you want to pencil that in, which I think is really neat. And we're going to have a lot of firsts this year. Most of them happened tonight, but still interesting to have them all happening. I can't believe it happened again, but the Astros once again had a weird hit that scored a run, because they can't avoid this anymore. There was the pop-up walk-off, there was the fumbled 2 feet in front of the plate walk-off, and then today I believe it was a Correa weird RBI that just kind of fell out there. I don't know what happened. The fact that the shortstop almost went to the warning track to get that ball is astounding to me. Like, the effort he gave, he really... it almost hurts my heart a little bit that he didn't actually get to go out there and catch the ball, but I think it's hilarious that the Astros just keep having these weird pop-up, weird RBI walk-off things that keep happening to them. There was that, the 2 last year, those were 2 years ago in 18, and then last year, Yuli in the first game of the ALDS had that weird bloop into right field. It's kind of weird what the Astros keep doing. Like, it's odd to me that they just keep having these things happen to them. But they looked good. It's the Mariners, when they're a bottom 3 team, debatably, in the league. So take everything with a little, they're a bad team, but we still looked really nice. Verlander seemed to dust the rust right off, so I think he's Hopefully going to have another good year. He looked good again outside of the 2 home runs. Tomorrow, we get to see Lance McCullers pitch. I'm super excited. He was electric the last time he pitched in that spring training game against the Royals. I'm super, super pumped up to see him pitch tomorrow. It's going to be great. I believe the game starts at 5 p.m. Central Time, or maybe 6 p.m. Central Time, around there. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a great day, and go Stros.